What is this? Keep coming up here. Who's this bloke with a pipe? Funny lad. Yeah, morning all. Yeah, weather's not too bad here at the moment. What was I going to say? Yeah, following on to what Bryce said about people, you know, feeling sorry for people going to work. Oh God, in this weather, like, well, not this weather. When I was in London, when I worked many years ago, he's back again. Who is this bloke? Anyway, yeah, there was one place I lived in London, and it had been, well, I think we'd had the snow. That's right, loads and loads of snow. I don't know what winter it was now. And outside the front door, it sloped slightly. And it had left a sheet of ice. Oh God, it must have been about 12 foot, sort of, I don't know. Who is this? It was about 12 foot away from, you know, 12 foot in front of the door, and went to the right as well, and we lived on the corner, and it went round there and all. I couldn't get out until it was one sheet of ice, and I weighed quite a bit then and all. And I'm terrified of this, of not the snow so much. Who is this? Yeah, not the snow, but when it turns to ice. Oh God, drives me out the wall. So I had to ring up my boss and tell him I just couldn't get out of the house. I tried to get out because we had a back garden, conservatory, and all the rest of the rubbish, and it was just the same out there. Not quite so bad, but out there was a bank of grass, and the snow had sort of rolled down it, and had made ice there as well. So I couldn't really retract. So I had to ring the boss and tell him I couldn't come in. Fortunately though, or unfortunately, the tracks, or the train tracks, had all iced up or something as well. Was it the wrong snow, I suppose? And so I'm going to ignore him. So couldn't get out, as I say. Even taking the dog out, you know. Oh, hopeless, you know. He had to go in the back garden and see to things. If you did get out, it weren't too bad. Oh, waiting around for a train. Tubes weren't so bad, although I think back then it was a nightmare. But once you got down the underground, it used to be fairly warm. But if you're waiting for a train to go to work, overhead train, or a bus, freezing cold. Because obviously I didn't have a mobility scooter then. I could walk, I could move, I could work. But it was the proverbial nightmare. And we're waiting for buses. You'd have the wind, the rain, and the freezing cold. You know, it's a fallacy when they say fat people don't feel the cold. When I was 18 and 19 stone, God, I was freezing then. I didn't feel the cold like all the time, 24/7 now. Only then, because I was hot normally, and I'm hot, baby. And you got all colds. I never took time off, but he's getting bigger, this bloke, isn't he? I never took time off for colds and stuff, and coughs, and you know, I've even gone to work on the flu and eventually got sent home. But oh dear, and everybody else was the same. All this coughing and sneezing on the tubes. You've heard the thing like, oh, we're travelling like sardines. It is, you're all squashed up together. In the summer, you're squashed up and sweating. You think, why did I bother to have a shower? And in the winter, they're cold, and you've got some lunatic with his flaming little pads in there playing music, or you drives around the bend. And you get in, and the boss says, you're late, and you want to smack him right in the gob. And it's the old, if I can do it, you can do it, lark. And I said, no. I had an argument with one, but I said, no, just because you can do it, don't mean to say I can do it at all. Fortunately, other people came in late and all, and he had to apologise, governor. I hate him. Even now I don't work, I can't stand watching the government film on the telly even, you know, and just drive me. Ugh. Anyway, it was a nightmare. You know, you get up, go to work in the dark, because I used to start 7 o'clock in the morning and finish about the same time. And when I did the 16-hour one in Grosvenor Square, you go to work in the dark, and you finished at 11 o'clock at night. So you've done 16 hours, freezing cold, waiting around down Oxford Street to get a bus, because they got buses down there. And I don't know whether it's the new or the old Oxford Street part, but I know one of them's at least there's no traffic goes down there at all. I don't know how the buses go around Hyde Park and places like that. It used to be a nightmare. I couldn't take it now, I'd just freeze. Last time I went over, it wasn't even a city, it was Victoria. I was over there with my daughter, she was having an operation, and I went over the road. It was opposite London Bridge station, and in Tooley Street, and I don't know how long ago that was now, 10 or 12 years, something like that. I walked over there and I was a bit dodgy on my pins then, and my sense of balance and stuff. I just can't take stuff now. It's done a lot of mental stuff to me, and I just froze. I could not move, and yet I used to always run around the city and around Victoria and even around Tooley Street and that, doing security and stuff. It never bothered me at all. I just froze like the weather. Like how I didn't get nothing to eat. How I got back, I don't know. I was holding on lamppost. I was almost not dizzy, but it just did me brain. I got on the road. I was almost physically sick, and I went up, and my wife was still there in the ward with my daughter. She said, "You look grey," you know. I felt awful. Yeah, like that lasted about a day. Even when we got home, which was a nightmare, it's all, I don't know, it's all sort of like one way, and God knows what, they was ordering something. And a little while ago, one of the blokes down the gym, he'd had to go to London for some reason and back. He said, you go around there, he said, Tooley Street and all the rest of it. He said, it is absolute nightmare. It's all one way. They've got road ups, pavement ups, and you think, you know, they're always doing something like that. You know, and when I came to Kent, I didn't think you got all that anymore, but you do. Roadworks and God knows what else, pavements. Well, they're not pavements, but they're just terrible. Going up my scooter, when I go up the road on that, it's like going up and down on a storm in a ship, I think. Terrible thing it is. So, that's more or less what I've got to say. I woke up late, I wanted to leave about 12, it's now 10:05. So, I've got to eat now. And then I got a shower and all the rest of it. And junior daughter just bought some post in. I hate letters. I hate getting letters. They're always out of money or what. Stems back when I was, oh Christ, I don't know, a few £1,000 in the red with the rent in London. I was always in debt there. Not now, I was always in debt there. And you dread the letter coming through, and like, you will be evicted if you so and so. You had to ring them up and make a plan how you was going to pay this. But and the gas and the electric. No wonder I'm a nutcase now. It just does your head. It's like Brian says, it's all stress, which I haven't got here. I think when I got, I did a Ken Livingston in. I think he goes. Anyway, yeah, when I got me money owed me, like when I retired, I paid everything off. I'm always overdrawn, you know, but don't bother me. You get a load of money one week, and then it goes to the month. You get about 1 week when there's nothing in there, and this is why my other bank account's dwindling down. But I've made some rules, so I don't get stressed like that now. Plus, I don't watch the news anymore. I think I can hear something going. Bonk, bonk. I get most of my news off Bry. What the hell's that? Something's going wrong. It might be my chair. chair creaks more than my bones. Oh, what the hell that was? Yeah, so I don't listen to the radio much now, funny enough. Not because I just don't want to. It's, I don't know, the same old drill they come out with. You've even got adverts on here unless you listen to the BBC radio. You might hear the news then, or you put on a music station and they are, apart from the BBC, and then always adverts. Don't want me quite so much as it does watching a film or something. I ever watch a film, but you know, it's very annoying. Very annoying. He said with a cough and splutter. Yeah, so it's less stress. Like, you know, I hear bits and pieces about what's going on around the world, Syria and all the rest of it, and I can't take it anymore. You know, it's a bit like when I was over London Bridge that time. I don't freeze, but hearing the news, but it's, what can I do about it? What's it? If someone's being bombed in Syria, apart from the fact it's terrible, they're killing innocent people, war never works. One of my favourite Frankie Goes to Hollywood, well, two actually is Frankie Goes to Hollywood records, which I've still got, and on CD, and on YouTube, is War, and then by the original bloke, oh God, he was a black man, he's dead now. He wasn't Jules Holland as he is now. It was War, and he was the original one. God, give me his name, and I've got it on the list on YouTube. And the other one was Frankie Goes to Hollywood was called Two Tribes. Video was a bit of a cock up, I thought, but you know, it was very true. Especially the way they did it. He's still singing now. I see him in concert on here on YouTube. He still can sing. It's fascinating how he moved, that bloke. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've got to have my breakfast, have a shower and that, wake the wife up before I go because we've got the British Gas engineer coming again to fit the part on the washing machine from 12 onwards. And like when he came before, it was from 8 onwards and came at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 1700 hours. So, there. Anyway, that's it for now. Sorry about rambling too long. What is it? Oh, Christ. 12 minutes, 30 seconds. Don't know how this will take upload. Don't matter really, because I should be eating my breakfast and another coffee, of course. Right, see all you good people later. Take care. Be careful, because others won't be careful to you. Only the nice people. That bloke on the bike, you know, he's pushing his luck. God, dear. I wonder where he keeps going. Must be bloody good. He's an impatient git, isn't he? Right, I shall now sign off. That's me signing off. Oh, very funny. Not so many other halves not here. She's still in kip for about another hour, and I've got to get her up in for this bloke because I shall be going out. Right, see all you people later on. Bye for now. And my middle name's John. It is actually.